There's a special kind of silence in the Eiffel Forest. It's not empty, it's heavy. You feel it as you finish your coffee and leave the autobahn behind, and the trees start to swallow the road. I'm heading to a place that shouldn't, by all laws of history, still exist. But it still is the third most visited castle in Germany. My name is Vivek, and I'm here today at the Eltz Castle in Germany, not for that fairy tale photo. It's to tell the story of Agnes, a courageous and brave woman who fought an entire army on her own and is still believed to wander around the castle corridors. I also wanted to know how one family stayed in the same house for 850 years and still lives there without losing it. And then there's the walk itself. It's a beautiful winding descent into the earth. It's peaceful, it's serene, and the entire time, a small voice in the back of your head is reminding you that every step you take down now is a step you have to take up later. I'm walking in slow motion here to look like a man lost in thought. In reality, I'm just trying to memorize the path so I don't get lost when the sun goes down and the ghost of Agnes comes out. It reminds me of the German saying, "In der Ruhe liegt die Kraft," which means strength lies in calmness, just like the Eltz family for generations. But look closer. You'll notice the castle looks like a game of Tetris played with stone. 8 towers, 35 meters high, rising from an elliptical rock, as if they grew there. That's because Burg Eltz was a Ganerbenburg. Back in the day, the family split into 3 branches: the Rubenach, the Rodendorf, and the Kempenich lines. They couldn't afford to build 3 separate castles, so they just kept adding rooms to this one. At one point, over 100 family members lived here simultaneously. It's just like a family WG, but with more swords. Eintracht macht Macht, or unity creates power. This was their secret. While other noble families were killing each other over inheritance, the Eltz family was making strategic decisions to survive. This isn't a ruin, it's a time capsule. Since the 12th century, this castle has stayed in the same family. 33 generations of the Eltz bloodline. It has survived the 30 Years' War, the French invasions of Louis XIV, and the chaos of the 20th century. It is one of the only castles in the Rhineland that has never ever been destroyed. It's not just a building, it's an 850-year-old streak of incredible luck. Waiting in line here gives you time to notice the details. You see the different architectural styles piled on top of each other. It's a physical timeline of a family that refused to leave. I'm standing here waiting for the German tour. I've lived in Germany long enough now to know that if you want the real history, you listen to it in the language of the people who built it. Man lernt nie aus, which means you never stop learning. But every ancient house as its shadows, and Eltz as Agnes. The story goes that Agnes Eltz was the daughter of the 15th century count, or the ruler back then. She was fierce, independent, and had zero interest in the knight her family had arranged for her to marry. When the knight tried to force the issue, she rejected him so publicly and coldly that he returned with an army to claim her by force. As the castle was being breached, Agnes didn't hide. She put on her brother's breastplate, grabbed a sword, and fought on the front lines. She died defending these walls. They say she never left. To this day, visitors and staff report a presence in the Agnes room. A cold chill, the sound of phantom footsteps, or a flickering light in a window that should be empty. You will see a breastplate in the armory with a small hole right over the heart. They say it belonged to her. A reminder that in this valley, the past doesn't stay buried. But it wasn't always ghosts and weddings. In 1331, the castle faced its greatest test, the Eltz Feud. The Archbishop of Trier, Balduin, wanted to consolidate his power. The Eltz Lord said no, so Balduin built his own small castle, Eltz, on the cliff right above them, just so he could lob heavy rocks down onto their roof for 2 years. Eventually, the Eltz family realized that having boulders dropped into your breakfast every morning was bad for morale. But the Eltz family didn't break. They eventually negotiated. They realized that a graceful surrender is better than a glorious death. That's the real stuff people miss. This castle is a monument to pragmatism. It's a reminder that sometimes survival is the greatest victory you can achieve. But they were also smart. The locals tell of Donkey's Way, a hidden path used to smuggle supplies into the castle under the cover of night. While the Archbishop thought he was starving them out, the Eltz lords were likely inside, drinking Moselle wine and laughing at his aim. You can't take pictures or videos in the guided tour. But here in the treasury or Schatzkammer, you see the wealth. But you also find the rose of silence, the Schweiger rose, carved into the wood. Was hier gesagt, das bleibt hier, which means what is said here stays here. It was their medieval version of an NDA. This wasn't just a castle, it was a vault of secrets. Yet another strategy by the Eltz family. And then there's the jester's mask. In medieval courts, only the fool had the freedom to insult the king without losing their head. This means that inside this room, anyone had absolute freedom of speech to argue and air bitter grievances without fear of retaliation or punishment. All this history has made me hungry, So let's grab some lunch. Now let's talk about the goulash soup, which is from a regional hunting. The soup was well prepared and it had more meat than soup. After all, once you walk through centuries of conflict and diplomacy, you need something grounded. Essen und Trinken hält Leib und Seele zusammen, meaning food and drink keep body and soul together. And it also comes with the Brötchen, my favorite type of bread. Sitting here in the courtyard, you realize that for centuries, people were doing exactly this. Maybe not filming it for a vlog, but sitting in the same shade, eating the same kind of soup, wondering what the future held. It's a nice bit of perspective. My modern problems feel a little smaller when I'm sitting next to a wall that survived the plague and a dozen wars for more than 850 years. I walked around to the other side to get the shot. You know the one. It makes the castle look like it's floating in a sea of green. So what do we learn from 850 years of stone and family pride? Maybe that the best way to survive the chaos of the world isn't to build higher walls, but to build better relationships. The Eltz family shared their home, they kept the secrets, and they knew when to negotiate instead of fight. But all good things must end, and in the case of Burg Eltz, they end with an incline that feels like it was designed by a sadistic personal trainer. I've walked the bridge, I've explored the history, I've looked for Agnes in the shadows, and now I'm paying the price in lactic acid. You see these slow motion shots. This isn't for mood. This is me moving at my maximum possible velocity while taking in all the history. But as you look back one last time, and that stone mirage starts to disappear behind the trees, you realize why it's still here. It's not just the stone, it's the isolation, it's the sheer stubborn will of a family that refused to let their home be turned into a memory. We live in a world that is constantly being torn down and rebuilt. We optimize everything for convenience and speed. But Burg Eltz is a reminder that some things are worth the struggle. It's a reminder that beauty is often hidden in the places that are hardest to reach. As the road levels out and the car takes you back towards the Moselle, the castle vanishes as quickly as it appeared. It returns to the trees, it returns to its family, it returns to Agnes. Until the next road. So one of the things that we can learn from this castle is that even after more than 850 years, it's still standing. It's never been destructed, not even once. And it reminds us that it's not just about the building, it's not just about the bricks and the stones or the castle. It's about careful diplomacy. So it seems like there were some family members who had good contacts with the French, and they did not destroy this castle during the World War. So with careful diplomacy, anything is possible. That's what it reminds us. It's not just about the castle, it's also about how well we maintain good human relations in life that helps us survive these wars.